Hey, what's up? This is June, founder of JCS Youth Group. I'm here with you tonight because I wanted to discuss with you determination and dedication. Determination and dedication are the two components to success. And I definitely wanted to discuss that because I have some personal experiences that I've been through that I feel can be an inspiration to you and things that you may be dealing with. I'm actually a graduate of Brian and Stratton College of Albany, New York. I majored in business management and I graduated in April of 2009. Now, the story I want to share with you is about my pregnancy, actually, and my dedication and determination to actually finish school and get my degree. So basically, in 2009, I was pregnant with my last child. Um, and I had been a student at Brian and Stratton for previously 3 years. Now, we all know that an associate's degree takes 2 years. But when I started Brian and Stratton, I kind of took my education for granted. I used to miss out a lot of days. I would fail classes sometimes, two, three times. I would have to take it over because I just simply did not take my education as serious as I needed to take it. Business management is very drawn out and it can be very dull at times, especially classes like macroeconomics or business law. Things that I did appreciate were like marketing and, sales, like things where I was able to be creative. But when it came to logical, logistic type of things, I wasn't interested. But I was determined to get my degree because I felt like once I have my degree, I can go places. It would enhance my quality. It would enhance me as a person and give me opportunities that I wouldn't have had without my degree. I feel like at the time, I was in some trouble and it wasn't easy for me to just get a job. So I was like, with my degree in business, I don't have to wait for anyone to give me a job. I can create my own. Whatever I wanted to do, I felt like Brian and Stratton would give me the skills to develop in order to go out and create that. So make a long story short, 1999, I got pregnant with my youngest child, and I was due to give birth April 2nd or April 6th, sorry, and I was due to graduate on April 25th. So my very last semester of class, I was 9 months pregnant. I went to school and work all the way up until, the last days of my pregnancy. So I was at school one night and I was cramping. But I didn't know what it was. I thought I was just having stomach cramps. And I was sitting in macroeconomics. My teacher, his name was Mr. McDonald. Mr. McDonald, actually. He's a very monotone type of guy. And I'm just sitting in there. I'm like, oh, boy, Jesus Christ. And he's just talking. And my stomach is just cramping. And so later that night, I went home, still cramping. But I didn't want him to come. I didn't want my son to come because I knew that I had finals and I knew that I needed to graduate and that if I did not complete them finals that I would have failed and that this would have been the fourth year at Brian and Stratton and no associate's degree. So I'm like, no, you can't come. I'm talking to my stomach like, listen, I don't care how you feeling. You can't. I need you not to come. Now, this is actually in March. This is right during the time of finals and cap and gown and everything, graduation. We down to the nitty gritty of things. So Jazier, which is my baby son, he didn't wait. March 31st, I gave birth to Jazier. And I mean, I was devastated because I'm like, I'm pushing you out and people are in class taking their finals. But the blessing in it all is that I believe my cousin went up to the school and picked up my exams. And so while I was in the hospital, I was breastfeeding in one arm, doing the exams in the other arm. She handed it to my teachers. And then after I was released from the hospital, let's just say I was released on Monday. Tuesday, I was in class. My teacher was like, June, like, what are you doing here? You just had a baby. Like, we're not expecting you to be here. And I said, listen, I'm coming. I said failure is not an option. And that's what I started to live by. I'm like, failure is not an option, because I had already been there since 2006. I've already spent 3 years at this 2-year college. And I just didn't want to walk away with nothing. And I did my exams, I passed my exams, and I graduated with my associate's degree. And I walked across that stage and I held my infant, which was 2 weeks old. And I still had cramps and pain. Natural birth, you're outside. I'm supposed to be somewhere resting. I had pains, but you know what? I said, you know what? This is what I want. I want to be able to show my children that no matter what obstacles life throws me, whether it is pregnancy, a divorce, a loss of a job, whatever, whatever throws your way to basically distract you, we have to continue and move forward. Now, we all slack sometimes and we all lose motivation, but it's very important to get back on track. It's very important to get up after you fall. Even if you fall flat on the ground, just get up, shake it off, wipe it off, okay? We all fall, get up and do it again. Don't become content with where you're at in life if you're not happy, because God didn't create us to have mediocre lives. He's blessed us with a mind and the ability to have and to think and to develop. Be thankful and don't waste the talent, and don't waste the gift, because there's somebody right now that no matter what, they'll never be able to walk. No matter what, they'll never be able to talk. So the tools that the Lord has given us to use them. The Lord gave me the tool of communication, and I intend on communicating until the day I die all across the world, and acknowledging and sharing the word of God with people, and sharing inspiration and helping to motivate people to live better lives and to not settle. Because I've been through some things and I haven't been through everything, but I'm learning. I'm a lifelong learner. I'm still in school. I'm actually working on my bachelor's degree. It takes me a long time. It takes me a long time. I see other people and I say, well, Dad, I should be there. I'm 30 years old. I should have certain things, but I don't let those things devastate me, because once I see that I'm on a constant flow towards greatness, then I know that my time will come. You just got to be determined, and you have to be persistent. Persistence is something that we lack, because we could be determined, but then when we don't see things going on, then we fall back, and we lose focus. But the idea is to keep your mind focused on what it is that you want in life and go after it full-fledged. And even when you fall, get back up. And don't allow the enemy to lie to you and tell you what you're not going to have, what your mother didn't have, what your daddy didn't have, because God created you whole and different. And he created something inside of you, and he gave it to you on purpose. He wants to use you. Ask the Lord, say, Lord, use me. Give me the desire to be a living instrument for you. Don't sit void. Don't waste your life. I love you, and have a good night.